Pew Research Center did a very interesting poll, and I want to take a look at it here with everybody. So for churches and religious organizations, let's take a look at that. 73% of Republicans say it has a positive effect on the country. Only 50% of Democrats say it has a positive effect. And then you can see there, only 14% of Republicans say churches have a negative effect. 36% of Democrats say they have a negative effect. So that's interesting because, I don't know, there seems to be quite a bit of ignoring the fact that there was like a child sex scandal in the Catholic Church, for example, pretty recently. And they've had to pay out like billions of dollars in settlements over the allegations. So that would seem to have a negative effect. I don't know, maybe the fact that they're saying things that aren't true and they're getting people to believe bullshit. I would think that that's negative. Now, look, I understand. I like to think I'm a fair person. They also do a lot of charity. So churches and religious organizations do a lot of charity. So you got to give credit where credit is due on that front. So there's upsides and there's downsides. But overwhelmingly, Democrats say it has a positive effect, albeit fewer Democrats than Republicans do. 73% of Republicans say churches and religious organizations have a positive effect. All right, the next one is banks and financial institutions. So here you have 46% of Republicans say banks have a positive effect. 37% say they don't. So there are more Republicans that say banks and financial institutions are positive than negative. That's fucking crazy. Have you heard about the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis and Great Recession and about how big banks and financial institutions and Wall Street have rigged the economy against you? They seem to be missing the memo on that one. Democrats, it's much harsher on banks and financial institutions. 33% of Democrats say it has a positive effect. 54% say a negative effect. I think the Democrats are more correct there, and they're more correct on the first one. All right, labor unions. Only 33% of Republicans say that they have a positive effect. 46% say negative. For Democrats, 59% say positive. 22% say negative. On labor unions, yeah, that one's kind of a no-brainer. They give you better benefits. They give you more time off, vacation time, sick time. I don't know why anybody would think they're negative. Well, that's not true. I actually do. Sometimes they go a little too far, and there's the old stereotype of like a lazy-ass old person on the job getting paid when they're not doing anything for a union. But that's like the definition of a necessary evil. Like, it gives you all these positive things, and then the downside is every now and then some old guy gets paid and doesn't work very hard. Whoop-de-doo. But the Republicans are like, oh yeah, unions are terrible and horrible. Except they're giving you better pay and giving you more time off, and they're like, collective bargaining is necessary to fight back against the owner class. But, of course, that goes over their head. All right, next we have the national news media. This is interesting. Only 10% of Republicans say the national news media is helping. Kind of agree with them on that. 85% say it's hurting. 44% of Democrats say it's positive. 46% say it's negative. So even for the Democrats, more Democrats say it's not good than say it's good. I think both of them are right there. The media sucks. And then we have, here's the big one, man, colleges and universities. 56% of Republicans say colleges and universities have a negative impact. 36% say positive. For Democrats, 72% say positive, just 19% say negative. Okay. What is it, 56 or 58? I think it's 58. 58% of Republicans go, yeah, colleges and universities, they have a negative effect overall. Oh, come on, man. You're like wearing the banner of anti-intellectualism when you say that. Now, understand, I get it. Like, okay, oftentimes you could say, you have the oversensitive college kids who want everything to be a safe space and they don't like your microaggression and they feel triggered. And you have the college professors who sometimes are uber liberal and they get a little goofy. I'm with you, man. You know, I don't agree with the safe spaces. I don't agree with the microaggressions or the trigger warnings or any of that shit. I think that's authoritarian in nature and that we shouldn't have it. But if that's your whole perception of higher education, man, you have a stereotyped caricature view of higher education. Because, you know, when people go to higher education, I don't know, that's where we get our doctors from and our surgeons and our lawyers and, you know, people who are doing like a lot of really important jobs that need to get done. This is where you get people, scientists. So to have like the defining characteristic of higher education in your mind be like the oversensitive college kids, that's like a fringe problem. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Like, we hear about those instances because it's an anomaly. Because most college campuses are fucking boring as fuck, where people just have to wake up early, go to class, get their shit done, go to work later on, and wake up and repeat over and over, and they're learning serious shit. So what a fucking stupid ass. I mean, seriously, 58% of Republicans, yeah, universities and colleges, they're doing negative for this country. They're doing bad. Well, then don't get mad when people call you the dumbass party, because that's what you are. We don't agree with, like, learning shit. We'd like to maintain our ignorance. Thank you very much. That's just sad, man. That's just sad. So, yes, higher education is important. Very important. And you get a lot of professionals who do very important jobs and very successful that come out of there. And this, like, doubling down on anti-intellectualism and ignorance is weird and kind of creepy. But by the way, also note, the same people who say, oh yeah, religion is great, isn't it wonderful? Religion's awesome, are the same people who also go, education, we don't like it. Pretty much exactly how you would expect it to go. We like the fairy tales and the myths. We think they're truth tellers. But the people who are actually truth tellers, who are teaching you, like, knowledge and information at school, we don't like them. Assholes. We think they're lying to us. But anyway, the Jewish zombie walking on water and turning water into wine, and yeah, that, oh, totally. That's real. Oh, you're going to tell me, you're going to talk to me about atoms? You're going to talk about atoms and cells and stuff? Ah, that's fake news. Fake news.